everyone, today from Eerie Arachnids, back again. Haven't done a video in a while, so I thought we'd do one. Got a little thing in from Peltbricks and Tarantulas today. Check out the peltbricksandtarantulas.com. I think they're still having their October sale. I think it goes to the 19th of October. I'd have to check on that. You get 15% off. If you're not going to Tinley, and there's something else if you are going to Tinley, which there's a I guess there's a percentage off. Again, since I didn't go, I wasn't really paying attention to that. So, but yeah, so I got some stuff in today to add to my Kilo Brachys collection. So I'm going to show you, and then there's going to be something very interesting at the end of the beginning of this video, and then we'll do some updates at the end in a couple minutes. So let me get what I got, and I'll show you what it is. They're still in their little vial, so I'll just show you as they are. Okay, so well, before we get to the 2 Kilo Brachys, we're going to get to one baboon, a new baboon that I got. I've raised these before, raised a mature male and raised one female up to a juvenile stage. The male passed away of old age after it matured. I could not find a female for it. And relatively quickly after the male passed away, the female passed away, which was kind of odd. They were housed together the whole time. So they were a communal pair. I didn't know they were pairs. They came from the same egg sac. But yeah, it was just kind of odd. Like almost like one spider died of heartbreak. You know what I mean? You know, I know that's not what happened, but you could say, well, you know, one passed away, and relatively within a week or two, the second one passed away, and she wasn't even mature yet. So anyway, we grabbed another one today. So this, you know, it's the first time I've had these in a couple years. The Heterothelli villicella, another dwarf baboon, right around the same size, maybe a tad bit smaller than the Heterothelli gabonensis, which is one of my favorite baboons of all time, the Heterothelli gabonensis. So to go to the Kilo Brachys, we picked up a Kilo Brachys discalus. This is the Burma chocolate. So it's different than the one I have, because the one I have is supposed to be a discalus blue, which I think are from the Vietnam area. So then we also picked up this guy, this one here, which is actually the one that is labeled as Blue Vietnam. Now, whether this is the same as, you know, discalus, we don't know that yet. It's a possibility. And maybe the one from Burma is different. Again, we don't know that for sure until these things get specified and they actually get looked at and cataloged and say, yes, these two are the same. Now they're going to be called this instead of that or whatever. Hopefully that happens sometime in the next couple of years. I'd be excited to see what happens with the species there from Asia. You know, the Selenocosminae family and the Ornithoctonae. So, you know, all that stuff going on, what's what. So let's go to a story. And we'll do as quick as possible. So this was included. Again, I sent a little bit of extra when I sent in for, you know, these three. And I was like, you know, just find me something in that price range, basically, that surprised me. You know, and they know what I like. They know I like, you know, the African species, and they know that I like the Asian species. It's a matter of, you know, they probably don't even know what I have anymore for as many as they've sent me and as many things as I've gotten here. So here is what they sent. Now, if you read this, it says, today you bite the bullet. So what does that mean to you? Probably not a lot. What does it mean to me? Well, when I opened it, I knew exactly what it meant to me before I even looked on the other side of the container here. So 3 times I almost purchased this spider from them. Now, the last time it was, you know, YouTube money. And I was like, oh, I'm just going to go ahead and get one because, you know, and then I ended up not. I got a bunch of other stuff instead. And this time I see, you know, like, again, this happened the second time, you know, late last year was another time that I almost got one. And then this time I told her that I almost bit the bullet again. And at the last minute I changed and ended up getting these 3 instead. So she sent this to me. And again, this is an extremely generous add-on, because it's nowhere even, I mean, the value of this thing is way higher than what I sent in, but this is the way that they are. And you know, we work together on the group, and you know, we have such a good relationship. The group core of the people that run the tarantula community, both the forum and the Facebook group, sometimes they just do these things, and again, I keep saying it, and she always says, "Oh, you just got to do it. You just got to do it." Well, now I did it. So, well, now I didn't do it. She did it for me. So we're gonna name this spider Bullet just because it's there, and it kind of plays into the whole story. So you're probably like in anticipation of what in God's name could he ever have wanted to get 3 different times and not gotten? Because if you know me, you know I'm more into the African species. I love the Salmopaeus genus, but you know, I just have the 4, the Cambridge eye, the Victoria, the 2 Pulkers, and then the Armenia. So there's 5 total, but 4 species. So now it's like, you know, I don't even know what, or you guys don't know. You have no idea what the hell this is. Maybe some of you could guess before I even flip this around. So it's a New World species. It's a little bit bigger. This is a juvenile. I already looked in on her. A little bald in the rear end area, probably from the ride and the shipment coming over. But let's slowly flip it around, and there you see the T. So you kind of, are you guessing yet? Do you have a good idea? Here's the rest of it. So we got the monster. I was like, oh, I don't know that I want anything bigger than the Lasiodora paribana female that I have, because, you know, she's going to get big too. Well, I kept saying I was going to do it. I was going to do it. And well, she kind of, you know, Allie kind of did it for me. Al and Jared said, Jared said, like, this is it. You're going to get one now, and that's all there is to it. So here we have, you know, Bullet, the female Theraposa blondie. I'm pretty excited about getting her out and getting her in her new home. We're going to do I'll show you, but there she is right there. You can't see the baldness right there yet, but trust me, oh, there it is, see, on top. She's kicked. I'm hoping that, you know, the hairs don't bother me. I have not really noticed any effects from any of the New World stuff that I have, where a lot of people are really, really sensitive to the urticating hair of Lasiodora, Nandus, you know, Theraposa. So hopefully I don't have that issue. But you never know. You know, again, the people that don't have the issue over time can have that issue where you start getting bad reactions to New World species, and you get to the point where you don't even want to keep them anymore because of the urticating hair. But so yeah, we got a young female. She's not very big. We're going to put her in a mini football helmet display case. We're going to, it was the same one that my Monocentropas balfouri female was in. So we're going to use the same decoration that was in there. But I'm going to do a base layer of sphagnum moss on the bottom so that we can create that moisture level coming from the bottom going up to hopefully keep in the humidity for this one. And we'll have to make sure that we keep her in some place that's a tad bit warmer than some of the other ones that don't seem to really mind the cooler weather. But yeah, so yeah, I mean, what more can you say about Pelt Friction and Allie and Jared other than they're just, you can't go wrong anytime you go there. Absolutely can't. And again, they still having, I think, all the way up until, maybe it's just this weekend, I don't know. So maybe today or tomorrow, if you order, you get 15% off with the code that's on the site. I think if you're not going to Tinley, it would be October 19 or OCT 19 sale or something like that. You'd have to go on the site and look it up. But yeah, go check them out. Order something from them. Order a bunch of stuff from them. They got a bunch of cool species there, and you can't go wrong. So there's a couple other quick things I want to show you. These 2 things didn't come from Pelt. They came from Jim at Heartland Pets up at the mall. A couple scorpions. So I want you guys to take a look at those real quick, and then I'm going to set up her home and these 3 guys' homes, get them rehoused, and then we'll revisit what they're in and what it looks like. I'm assuming these 3 little ones are not very big. I bet the Billicella is real tiny, so it'll probably just go into some small vial with a little bit of dirt and let it do its thing. And we'll see what the other 2 look like. But so let me pause you for a second. We'll get these scorpions out, and you could take a look at them real quick. Okay, so here's the first one. This one's one that's a little bit bigger. These are the Centruides gracilis, or the Florida bark scorpions. I had an adult before that I had for about a year. She was a full-grown adult when I got her. And she lasted about a year, maybe a little over a year before I found her passed away. But so yeah, this little one here And then we have one that's even a little tinier. Not much tinier, but still tinier. And there's the other one right there. So I'm debating on communaling these two, putting them together and let them go. You know, with a little bit taller enclosure, some bark for them to climb, and we'll see what happens. So I'm going to pause everyone here, and we're going to get the home ready for the Blondie, and Bullet is going to be her name, because, I mean, how can you not name her Bullet, right? And we'll get these other ones set up in their homes, and then we'll come back. Okay, everyone, you can see the mess that I made. All this loose dirt and stuff all over the place. Yeah, I got them rehoused. Let me, come on, focus. There is the Villicella. It's actually a little bit bigger than what I thought when she came out of there, so we'll probably rehouse her next soon, probably into a baseball enclosure or a softball enclosure, one of the two. And hopefully this is a female, so we can have her for a few years. They're such wonderful webbers, and they do they're fantastic at taking down prey. So yeah, that's the Villicella. I don't know how well we can, my light died, so it's on. There it is. So hopefully we'll have some good takedowns in the future from her. Here is the Vietnam Blue, which again was a little bit bigger than I expected it to be. So it's in a pill vial about yay big. I don't know what that size 20 dram pill vial. Again, probably could have went into a baseball enclosure. And here is the setup for the Burma chocolate. You know, that was the biggest one. You can see it's back in the bag, so it's just dirt with some little sphagnum moss and a hole. We'll see what happens with that one. But most likely the other two I will probably rehouse into at least baseball cube enclosures. So let's get into the meat and bones of this thing, huh? Here is Bullet right there. So I'm gonna have to hold you, okay? So we may get a little shaky, so just because of my condition, a little off lately. So let's zoom you back down a little bit and take a look at her. Oh, I'm sitting on the cord. So there she is, right there in all her glory. You could see how the hairs go all the way up past the patella, which is a good indicator of the Blondie between the Blondie and Sturmy. The Sturmy usually does, well, the Sturmy doesn't usually, it does not have hair on the patella. And you can see that telltale pattern on the carapace. She did flick a little bit at the very end of getting her out, but nothing major, so not a lot more than what she's already flicked off her abdomen there. So probably going to try and give her a feed just for shits and giggles and see what happens. She is in her new home, the Tarantula Blondie. There's the home. Pretty simple. Sphagnum moss. I was going to put some dried leaves down, but I decided not to because I don't have any springtails at the moment. I'd like to add springtails with her, and I don't have any, so hopefully the next opportunity I get to Expo or something, I'll be able to pick up some springtails to add in here. We do want to keep this a little bit damp. I tried to mimic what I think it would look like in the Brazilian rainforest, and give that kind of look, you know, that swampy look, I guess. The Zoom Med jungle mix for substrate, water dish in the corner. There's sphagnum moss mixed in with the already crushed in sphagnum moss inside this, but I added a little bit more to keep some moisture content down at the bottom. So we'll do some more stuff with her and some other spiders here real soon. Hope you guys enjoyed. There'll be 2 quick feeding videos at the end. I hope you guys enjoy those. They're the last 2 that I shot. And yeah, it's kind of good to be back in some sense, where I get to do these every now and then when I just kind of want to. But again, go check out palpfrictiontarantulas.com. Please go check them out. Buy something from them. Use the codes. Tell them I sent you. And yeah, I can't, again, thanks to Allie and Jared for this gal here. It's a huge deal for the collection, and I think she'll be a showcase in further videos, because you know how these are. They're hammers when it comes to taking food down. So I'll be kind of excited to get to the point where she's really, really big and she'll be able to take down a couple big, huge, full-size dubia roaches, or maybe some Madagascar hissing roaches. What might be something I look into here real soon. I will not feed anything live as far as vertebrate is concerned. Maybe we'll try frozen thawed, but I will not ever feed anything live, whether it's lizards or rodents or anything else, to big spiders. It's just my personal preference. I know that they eat these things in the wild, but I don't want to have to hear an animal go through that pain of dying. That's just not something that excites me. So, yep. So, again, thank you so much for watching and tuning in and sticking in there with me. And I hope you guys enjoyed everything. Let me know how the feeding videos come out and what you think about Bullet here and Pelt Friction. Tell me your stories about them, how you had wonderful transactions with them, and give me some positive feedback, and we'll get it all sent over to Allie and Jared to make sure that they know how much they're appreciated. See you guys all later.
LSU's won 4 straight games versus a group of 5 teams since losing to Troy in September of 2017. Tigers have won those games by an average of 27.3 points per game. They're cruising in these matchups. Here's Dawn Dab.
Thank you, Matt. Everybody wants to talk about this LSU offense, and rightfully so. They're averaging 58 points a game. But around these parts this week, there was a lot of focus on the other side of the ball. This LSU defense missed 18 tackles in their last game against Vanderbilt. And head coach Ed O told us that was a big point of focus during their open week and this week in practice. Tackling in space, they have got to be better at it. It's going to be key in their matchup against Utah State tomorrow. Utah State's a team that snaps the ball every 15 seconds. When we asked Coach O the key to slowing down that tempo, he told us tackling. Not only is it key in their matchup tomorrow,